Woke up this morning to my house being vandalized last night. You can see they spray painted in black "Pass the PRO Act" on the front of my house. We can disagree politically, but vandalizing somebody else's property is wrong and is illegal.
That was South Carolina Congresswoman Nancy Mace, who says her home was vandalized by Antifa on the morning of Memorial Day. She posted these photos showing her house and sidewalk spray painted with Antifa symbols, profanity, and the words, quote, "Pass the PRO Act," a bill giving workers' unions more protection, which passed despite her voting against it. Congresswoman Nancy Mace joins us now. Congresswoman, thank you for joining us. Full transparency, you are the Congresswoman in my district. I'm shocked, I'm outraged, I'm disgusted. Tell us how you found it. Tell us what you were thinking when you found it.
Well, I was disgusted as well. And in fact, it was the local police department that first alerted me to this happening at my home. And I walked up on my house to see this very early in the morning of Memorial Day. And it's disgusting. It's vitriolic. It's reflective of where we are as a society and as a nation right now. And my kids, when I picked my kids up from school today, they asked me if they were safe. And having to have this conversation, this is not the first time that I've been targeted. I had vandalism on my car where someone keyed "FU" on the side of my vehicle on the day of one of my debates last year in the middle of a highly contested congressional campaign. And to walk up on my house, to see this kind of graffiti, to have to explain this to my kids and my neighbors who don't deserve this, it's wrong. And this is the left attacking the right. I want to be very clear about that. It's disgusting. It should not happen, regardless of your political ideology. Everyone should feel safe in their very own homes. And just yesterday, a former member of Obama's administration and staff accusing me of doing this to myself, as if I had nothing better to do than to graffiti my own home, peddling in conspiracy theory. We dropped the police report. The very first thing I did was go to the police. I'm a Republican, and file a police report and get all the information out there. I want the person who did this to be held accountable. It's past time to hold people accountable for this kind of political violence we see over and over again in our country.
So a lot to unpack there. I want to talk a little bit about
So much.
about who they think or who you think may be responsible for it specifically. I see Antifa, I get that, but is there more specifics? But let's talk about what you just mentioned, someone from the Obama administration accusing you. They went so far, there was a Twitter handle that went so far as to analyze your handwriting and said they compared it to your handwriting and that there was some sort of correlation. I mean, let's put it to rest. It wasn't you.
I hate to break hearts here tonight, but I got to tell you, my handwriting is so atrocious and illegible and unprofessional. I don't write my own thank you notes. There is cursive fonts out there. I have staff that help me with that. I have very illegible writing. And we got a lot of complaints early on when I was personally writing thank you notes. They couldn't read it. And so that's not even my handwriting that they're analyzing, which is the crazy part. And I want to let law enforcement do their job. They have several leads. They're trying to figure out who did this.
Well, yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about
Yeah.
that for a second. I mean, I know the neighborhood. I'm assuming there's a Ring doorbell on every other neighbor. I'm sure there's security cameras everywhere. Any leads on who this is? Is this kids being nasty kids, or is this some sort of more nefarious operation with actual Antifa members who are targeting conservative congresspeople?
Well, I don't want to tip the hand of law enforcement. I'm cautiously optimistic based on what I have been told. So I don't want to muddy the investigation. It's past time people are held accountable for their actions. I'm quite frankly sick and tired of being targeted. And I went to bed Monday night. I was distraught and questioning, why does this keep happening to me? And I woke up Tuesday morning. I'm a very strong-minded, strong-willed conservative voice. This is why this happens to conservatives. The leftist activists, they shot Steve Scalise. They put Rand Paul in the hospital. He's missing part of his lung. And we've seen for the last 15 months them loot, burn, and destroy property in cities across the country. And enough is enough. Whether this is a teenager or someone who's a member of Antifa or some anarchist group, I don't know the difference. All I know is that it is un-American and it's got to stop. This was at my front door, on my house.
Is there any sort of hate crime additional cops can look for some sort of hate associated with it? Because God forbid it's the other way around. Everything's a hate crime. But how about this? I mean, this feels like hate to me. Is it not?
Well, a left attacking the right, it should be a hate crime. But in South Carolina, we do not have hate crime laws. We're one of 5 or 6 states that do not have those kind of laws. But it's consistent with leftists attacking the right. And as a victim, we saw the left yesterday and on social media, even today, Snopes even called my office today asking if I did this myself. And I'm like, okay, are you high? Are you crazy? Like, really, what's going on here? And re-victimizing the victim. Right. And when I pick up my kids today from school, having to answer the question, are we safe in this country?
That never should happen in America anywhere, where kids have to ask their parents, are we safe? It's awful. And as always, if those cops are smart, they'll be following the money to see where the strings are attached. Congresswoman Nancy Mace, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.